Who can best master the lattice top of a treacle tart? Find out in the Great British Bake Off tomorrow at 8. Makes University Challenge now on BBC2 look like child's play.
University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello. Ahead of us, another 30 minutes of intellectual shove-halfpenny as two teams of students attempt to prove themselves worthy of a place in the second round. The losers could also qualify to play again if their score is good enough. Queen Mary became a part of the University of London in 1915, but began life in 1887 as the People's Palace, a philanthropic centre for East Londoners which combined educational, cultural and leisure opportunities until it was decided that leisure was getting in the way of everything else and had to be stopped. It's the result of mergers between 4 colleges and now has 3 faculties, of which 2 are devoted to the sciences, including Barts and the London School of Medicine and Dentistry. Alumni include the cricketer W.G. Grace and the authors Sarah Waters and J.G. Ballard, as well as Graham Chapman of Monty Python fame and the rarely seen man of mystery, the voice of University Challenge, Roger Tilling. Representing around 17,000 students and with an average age of 25, let's meet the Queen Mary team.
Hi, I'm Patrick Woodburn. I'm originally from Aldingham in Surrey and I'm studying medicine.
Hello, I'm Alistair Haig from Harrogate in North Yorkshire and I'm studying biology and psychology.
Their captain.
Hello, I'm Luca Cavalli. I'm from South London and I'm studying for a Masters in Physics.
Hello, I'm Michael Hammond. I'm from North London and I'm studying history.
Jesus College, Oxford, was founded by Elizabeth I in 1571 and is the only Oxford college to date from her reign. A driving force behind its establishment was a wealthy churchman, Hugh Price, and its original aim was the education of future clergymen. It's known as the Welsh College, and up until 1915 it had an almost unbroken succession of principals who either came from Wales or were of Welsh descent. One of the college's traditions is the Turl Street Dash, a fancy-dress bike race which Jesus always wins by conveniently forgetting to invite any other colleges to take part. Tonight's 4 represent around 470 fellow students, and as the oldest of them is only 21, they weren't even born when their college last won this series in 1986. Let's meet them.
Hi, I'm Matt Hitchings. I'm from London and I'm reading for a Masters in Mathematical Modelling.
Hi, I'm Frankie Goodway. I'm from North London and I'm reading English.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Guy Brindley. I'm from Worcestershire and I'm reading Classics.
Hi, I'm Johnny Woodward. I'm from Winchester and I'm studying engineering.
OK, the rules endure from generation to generation, so I won't bother to remind you of them. Fingers on the buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. The House of Silk, A Scandal in Belgravia and A Game of Shadows are among...
Jesus Hitchings.
Sherlock.
I can't accept that, I'm sorry. And I have to take you 5 points off too. Are among recent creative endeavours that feature which enduring fictional detective?
Queen Mary Haig.
Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes is correct, yes. Sherlock's in the television series. Right, the first set of bonuses, Queen Mary, then are on place names. In each case, I want the male given name that links the following. What male given name is found in the name of a sound in the Gulf of Alaska, a historic town in Virginia, and a highland town near Ben Nevis?
William.
Correct. A lake and waterfalls in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, a town in County Durham, and the main port of the Falkland Islands?
Stanley.
Correct. A new town in County Durham, a city in Cambridgeshire on the River Nene, and a Russian city at the mouth of the Neva?
No. Pass.
It's Peter, as in Peter Lee and St Petersburg and so on. Right, 10 points for this. The Lion of the North is a sobriquet associated with which 17th century Swedish monarch? He led...
Jesus Brindley.
Gustavus Adolphus.
Correct, yes. Right, your bonuses, Jesus, are on flowers in Shakespeare, firstly for 5 points. In Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream, Oberon's speech, "I know a bank where the wild thyme blows," also refers to which flower, a member of the rose family, sometimes known as sweet briar?
Damask?
No, it's eglantine. In the same speech, Shakespeare rhymes eglantine with the name of which flower, a species of honeysuckle, which Oberon describes as luscious?
Columbine?
No, it's woodbine. The same speech also refers to which flower, noted for its colouring and sometimes known as heart's ease, which Oberon describes as nodding.
Foxglove?
No, it's violet. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Used of the state of a wire or string stretched between 2 points or the force exerted by it on a support. What term can also be defined as a strained condition of feeling or mutual relations which...
Jesus Hitchings.
Tension.
Tension is correct, yes. Right, these bonuses are on British islands and their wildlife, Jesus College. Which archipelago, around 44 miles west of Benbecula, is a World Heritage Site and has Britain's largest population of fulmars?
St Kilda?
Correct. Which island off the southwest tip of Pembrokeshire is a site of special scientific interest and, with its sister island, Skomer, is noted for its colony of Manx shearwater?
I think it's Ramsey.
Ramsey?
No, it's Stockham. The shore and waters around which island in the Bristol Channel are England's first statutory marine nature reserve?
Lundy.
Lundy.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. Born 1906, which playwright said of his best-known work that its early success was based on a fundamental misunderstanding? Critics and public alike insisted on interpreting in allegorical or symbolic terms a play which was striving all the time to avoid definition.
Jesus Hitchings.
Samuel Beckett.
Samuel Beckett's correct, talking about Waiting for Godot. Right, your bonuses, Jesus College, are on fluvial geography. What two-word term describes the lengthening of a river's course by erosion backwards from its source?
Silting up? No. Silting up? I don't think Silting up.
No, it's headward erosion. What term denotes a sudden change of stream direction at the point where the headwaters of a less vigorous river are diverted into a more rapidly eroding channel?
Splitting?
No, that's the elbow of capture. And finally, name either of the rivers in mid-Wales that are involved in capture. The elbow of capture lies about 20 kilometres to the east of Aberystwyth.
Does the Severn start? No. The Y. I don't know. The Y.
There's the River Rydal and the River Teefy. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a map of Europe. For 10 points, simply tell me what specific status links all the cities marked on it.
Queen Mary Woodburn.
Cities of culture?
Indeed, they're the European capital of culture, yes. Those were all who've held the title since the year 2000. For picture bonuses, you will see maps showing pairs of cities that have held the title in particular years. In each case, simply give me the names of the two cities marked. Firstly, for 5.
Lille and... I don't know the other one.
Say again?
One's Lille. I don't know the other one.
Sure?
No, it's not Turin.
Genoa?
No, it's
It's not.
Genoa. Lille and Genoa.
Correct. Secondly,
Amsterdam.
No,
Not
is it
Amsterdam.
Porto?
Porto.
I don't know.
And what's that? Amsterdam. Amsterdam and Porto.
no, it's Rotterdam and Porto. And finally,
Liverpool.
And what's the
Bergen. Is it?
Bergen and Liverpool.
no, it's Liverpool and Stavanger. 10 points for this. In chemistry, what term describes the specific reaction in which the same compound or element is simultaneously oxidized and reduced?
Jesus Woodward.
Redox.
I'm afraid you lose 5 points. For example, chlorine reacting with dilute sodium hydroxide to form sodium chloride and sodium chlorate. Is any of you going to buzz? It's disproportionation. No, bad luck, Jesus. I'd ask for the specific reaction. 10 points for this. What name is shared by two plants? One's a form of thistle native to the Mediterranean, its edible parts being the bracts around the unopened flower. The other has edible tubers and a name deriving in part from a corruption of the Italian for sunflower.
Queen Mary Woodburn.
Fennel.
No, Jesus College. One of you buzz? I'll tell you, it's artichoke. 10 points for this. Which three-letter Latin word can be concatenated with the letters RK to give one of the smallest known physical objects, and with the letters...
Jesus Hitchings.
Qua.
Correct, yes. QUA. Right, these bonuses are on writer's block. Following 6 years of creative paralysis, Amy Rosenthal wrote the play On the Rocks, in which she alludes to the panic that writer's block induced in which New Zealand short story writer?
Pass, sorry.
It was Catherine Mansfield. Referring to the writer's block that plagued him, who wrote to his agent, "I feel that this is almost too much for me," 12 years after the publication of his first novel, Almayer's Folly.
Oscar Wilde. No, Hemingway.
That was Joseph Conrad. And finally, which poet's spell of writer's block appeared to have ended by 2009 with The Cinder Path, his first new collection for 7 years?
Is it Ted Hughes? Ted Hughes one. Just any current poet. Seamus Heaney.
No, it was Andrew Motion. 10 points for this. Master of the Jewels in 1532, Chancellor of the Exchequer in 1533, Principal Secretary and Master of the Rolls in 1534, and Lord Privy Seal in 1536 were all positions attained by which of Henry VIII's ministers, who was executed on charges of...
Queen Mary Hammond.
Thomas More.
No, you lose 5 points. On charges of heresy and treason in 1540.
Jesus Woodward.
Cardinal Wolsey.
No, it was Thomas Cromwell. 10 points for this. In 2011, the former French government minister, Christine Lagarde, began a 5-year term as managing director of which United...
Jesus Woodward.
The International Monetary Fund.
Correct. These bonuses, Jesus College, are about British monarchs and their relations. Firstly, what relation was William IV to Queen Victoria?
Is it great uncle or great uncle? I think great uncle. Are you sure? Yeah. Great uncle.
I know, he was just an uncle. What relation was Edward I to Henry II?
He was a son. Henry II would be a grandson, I think. Henry II. He was Edward the first. Grandson?
No, he was great-grandson. And finally, what relation was Charles II to James II?
Brother. Yes. Brother.
Correct. 10 points for this. In the measurement of geological time, what is the first subdivision of an eon consisting of periods of several hundred million years? An example would be the Cenozoic.
Jesus Hitchings.
Era.
Era is correct, yes. Right, these bonuses are on mathematics. What is the dual of a regular dodecahedron? That is, the solid whose vertices occupy the same space as the midpoints of the faces of the dodecahedron.
Icosahedron?
Correct, a regular icosahedron, yes. If the side lengths of the aforementioned dodecahedron are 1, what is the side length of the dual icosahedron?
Root 2?
It's not root 2, it's the golden ratio, which is square root of 5 plus 1 all divided by 2. And finally, continuing in the same vein, homophonically speaking, which mathematician, considered the founder of group theory, was killed in a duel in May 1832?
Galois?
Correct. Right, we're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you'll hear an excerpt from a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can give me the name of the artist.
The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sad.
Queen Mary Hammond.
Sammy Davis Jr.
No, you can hear a little more, Jesus.
Gay. The glory that was Rome.
Jesus Hitchings.
Frank Sinatra.
No, it's Tony Bennett. So, music bonuses shortly. Another starter question. So, fingers on the buzzers in the hope of getting those music bonuses. 10 points for this. In terms of the spelling of their name, what links the capital of Uzbekistan, the alternative name of Ayers Rock, the southernmost continent, and the hometown of the...
Jesus Hitchings.
They end in A. No, sorry.
I'm sorry, and I didn't finish it. The hometown of the Beatles, so you lose 5 points. Queen Mary, one of you buzz.
Queen Mary Hague.
They start and end with the same letter.
Correct. Well, you failed to recognise I Left My Heart in San Francisco from Tony Bennett. Your bonuses are 3 Tony Bennett duets, all recorded to coincide with the singer's 85th birthday. In each case, I simply want you to name the artist with whom Mr. Bennett is singing. Firstly.
She does it like crap games with barons and earls.
I won't go to Harlem in diamonds and pearls. And I definitely won't dish our dirt with the rest of those girls.
That's why the ladies are trapped.
Amy Winehouse definitely was doing
Yeah, it's not anyone else.
Wind in my hair.
Joss Stone.
No, it was Lady Gaga. Secondly.
Stranger in paradise.
Don't send me in dark despair from all that I have before.
Andrea, blind from Andrea Bocelli. Yeah, Andrea sounds like a classic.
Andrea Bocelli.
Correct.
Well done.
And finally.
My life a wreck you're making. You know I'm yours.
Amy Winehouse.
Yes. Right, fingers on the buzzers, another starter question. Ordained as a priest in 1703, which Venetian composer was a major influence on the development of the...
Queen Mary Hammond.
Antonio Vivaldi.
Correct. You could retake the lead with these bonuses. They're on the artist Maggie Hambling. Firstly, for 5 points. In 1980, Maggie Hambling became the first artist in residence at which London institution, during which time she produced a series of portraits of the actor and comedian Max Wall?
Anything? Royal Academy.
No, it's the National Gallery. Secondly, a granite and bronze work of 1998 near London's Charing Cross Station is designed as a seat and bears the title A Conversation with which literary figure?
Oscar Wilde.
Correct. Hambling designed the 2 12-foot-high steel scallop shells installed on Aldborough Beach in 2003 to celebrate the life and work of which composer?
Benjamin Britten.
Correct. Right, level pegging, 10 points for this. On which island of the Eastern Pacific is the volcanic cone of Ranuraraku, the place at which the rock for the giant statues known as...
Jesus Woodward.
Easter Island.
Correct, yes. You retake the lead. Your bonuses this time are on shorter words that can be made using any of the 9 letters of the word epiolatry, meaning, of course, the worship of words. In each case, give the word from the definition. Firstly, the national gemstone of Australia, a form of hydrated silica noted for rich iridescence and the play of changing colours.
Opal.
Correct. Secondly, a game of Basque origin in which players hurl a ball against a marked wall using a basket-like racket strapped to the wrist.
I'm afraid we'll have to pass.
That's pelota. And finally, mechanical or habitual repetition of something to be learned, often without regard to meaning. For example, as in preparation for a quiz.
Wrote.
Wrote is correct. Another sub-question now. Give either of the similar-sounding words that indicate the author of the 17th century religious work Grace Abounding and a painful swelling of the big toe.
Jesus Goodway.
Bunyan.
Bunyan is right, yes. Your bonuses this time are on geology. Igneous rocks are classified as acid or basic according to the level of what compound within them?
Calcium carbonate?
No, it's silica or silicon dioxide. Secondly, igneous rocks formed at depth are called plutonic, while those formed at the surface are called volcanic. What term denotes those rocks formed in between?
No, that would be platonic. Something to do with Earth. So, hermetic?
No, it's hyperbissal. And finally, which potassium-rich feldspar found in igneous rocks usually occurs as white or pink crystals and has a name derived from the Greek for straight and breaking?
Quartz.
No, it's orthoclase. We're going to take our second picture round now. For your picture starter, you are going to see an illustration of a scene in a novel. 10 points if you can identify the illustrator.
Jesus Hitchings.
Lewis Carroll.
No, Queen Mary. One of you buzz? No idea. It's John Tenniel. It was indeed for a book by Lewis Carroll. Right, so picture bonuses shortly. Another starter question in the meantime. Answer as soon as you buzz. What is the minimal number of positive cubes needed to add together to make 23?
Jesus Woodward.
4.
Queen Mary?
Queen Mary Cavalli.
3.
No, it's 9. 10 points for this. Which savoury dish has a name derived from an old French word for the blade of a sword or knife, or for a thin plate, possibly referring to its shape?
Queen Mary Hammond.
Crepe.
No, Jesus, one of you want to buzz?
Jesus Hitchings.
Pizza.
No, I know it bulks large in your life. No, it's omelette. 10 points for this. In physics, what quantity is given by the double integral with respect to time of acceleration?
Jesus Woodward.
Distance.
Distance travelled is correct, yes, displacement. So we revert to the picture bonus questions then, you lucky chaps. Having seen one of Tenniel's original illustrations for Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, your picture bonuses are 3 20th century works inspired by Carroll's stories of Alice. I simply want the name of the artist in each case. Firstly, for 5.
Dali. Possibly Dali. Dali.
No, that's by Magritte. Secondly,
Hockney. Hockney.
that's by Sir Peter Blake, but isn't it old? And finally,
Sorry? Is that Dali by any chance?
yes, it is. Right, 10 points for this. In 2010, which tennis player became the 7th player to win all 4 Grand Slam tournaments?
Jesus Hitchings.
Rafael Nadal.
Correct. Your bonuses are on alloys, Jesus. Phosphor bronze, an alloy used when resistance to wear and corrosion is important, is made from copper, phosphorus, and which other element?
Tin.
Correct. What is the principal metal in the alloy called gunmetal, which also contains zinc and tin?
Was it chromium? Chromium? I would say it's more likely to be chromium. Chromium?
No, it's copper. Muntz metal consists of 60% copper and 40% zinc in the form of what alloy?
Brass?
Brass is correct. Yes, there were 4.5 minutes ago and 10 points for this. What part of the human body is incised to provide drainage for an infection in the procedure called myringotomy?
Jesus Brindley.
The brain?
Anyone want to buzz from Queen Mary?
Queen Mary Woodburn.
The skull.
No, it's the eardrum. 10 points for this. The solar-powered spacecraft launched in 2011 on a mission to Jupiter is named after which goddess?
Jesus Woodward.
Juno.
Juno is correct, yes. Jesus College, these bonuses are on authors. In each case, name the person who wrote the following. All 3 names begin with the same 2 letters. Firstly, for 5, born around 480 BC, the Athenian playwright whose works include Alcestis, Medea and the Bacchae.
Euripides.
Correct. Second, a bishop of Caesarea, author of the early 4th century ecclesiastical history.
Starts with EU.
Come on, let's have an answer, please.
Eumenides.
No, it's Eusebius. And finally, a Swiss mathematician, author of the 1748 treatise Introduction to Analysis of the Infinite.
Euler. Euler.
Euler is correct, yes. 10 points for this. One of the few English words to contain the letter U twice in succession. What term may be preceded by...
Jesus Hitchings.
Vacuum.
No, you lose 5 points. May be preceded by dialect, gas liquid, or space-time?
Queen Mary Hague.
Continuum.
Correct. Your bonuses now are on chemistry, Queen Mary. What inorganic substance is detected by Nestler's reagent?
Calcium.
No, it's ammonia. In the Ostwald process, ammonia is oxidized with air in the presence of a platinum catalyst. What inorganic acid is the final product of this process?
Sulfuric.
No, it's nitric acid. What is the oxidation state of nitrogen in an atom of nitric acid?
+2.
No, it's +5. 10 points for this. The name of which spirit links a collection of poetry by Sylvia Plath, a biography of Shelley, a satellite of...
Queen Mary Woodburn.
Ariel?
Ariel is right, yes. Queen Mary, your bonuses are on US presidents. In each case, name the president from the description. Firstly, the governor of Virginia from 1779 to 1781.
Jefferson.
Correct. Secondly, the governor of New Jersey from 1911 to 1913.
Wilson.
Woodrow Wilson is right. And finally, the governor of New York State from 1928 to 33.
Truman.
No, it was Franklin D. Roosevelt. 10 points for this. A river, Christmas, a moon and a pair of shoes all share what colour, according to Elvis Presley?
Queen Mary Cavalli.
Blue is right, yes. Your bonuses, Queen Mary, are on dressmaking terms. Also used in the roasting of meat, what term can denote large, temporary stitching used to join a seam?
Spit.
No, it's basting. What term for a wedge-shaped piece of cloth is also used for a similarly shaped piece of land and occurs occasionally in place names?
No.
Come on.
No, pass.
It's gore. And finally, what term, meaning a cut or line diagonal to the grain of a woven fabric, also means a slant or prejudice?
Gradient.
No, it's bias. 10 points for this. The word cataclysm is derived from the Greek word for what type of natural disaster?
Jesus Brindley.
Earthquake.
Anyone want to buzz from Queen Mary? Quickly, come on.
Queen Mary Hammond.
Tidal wave.
No, it's a flood or a deluge. 10 points for this. What two-word term describes an economic system containing both private and state enterprises?
Queen Mary Hammond.
Mixed economy.
Correct. Your bonuses this time are on place names. 3 answers begin with the same 2 letters. And at the gong, Queen Mary London have 120 points. Jesus College Oxford have 150. Well, I think we're going to be saying goodbye to you, Queen Mary. You'd established an early lead, and who knows if we'd gone on another 10 minutes, who knows what might have happened. But I think we're going to be saying goodbye to you on 120. Jesus College, congratulations. We should look forward to seeing you in round 2. I hope you can join us next time for another first-round match. But until then, it's goodbye from Queen Mary London.
Goodbye.
It's goodbye from Jesus College Oxford.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
It's history, contestants and controversies. Your start of a 50 years of university challenges on the Radio 4 iPlayer. If you can't help but play another quiz, join Victoria Corrin on BBC4 with Only Connect. And for flavour hits, your tongue is on a promise. Lorraine's fast, fresh and easy food is next.